bouncer got you there. Man, I always hate getting this playlist late.
Better late than never.
Yeah, but only 5 races left. Well, the weird thing,
What else you got?
well, it's 2 here. So 2 2:30. I don't know what time it is there because this is a Aussie playlist, so I think it's like
Yeah, no, I know I think they're in New Zealand, actually.
New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much right beside each other, so yeah.
Yeah.
Once in New Zealand, Aussie chat, and I'm in with you.
Huh. Yeah, I just joined their crew. But I think they're in chat or something like that. I never hear them speak.
No, I don't think they talk. They just, text chat on the chat room.
Yeah. What the hell? I didn't get that choice. It only gave me the 811. Yeah. This is one of my favorite maps too. What's that?
The map is like each year.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets pretty good crash in the crossovers. That's all I do. You like the non-contact? You like the non-contact stuff?
I mean, if you can get across the line
Yeah, yeah. So like the crew that I am currently in, not this crew, but I'm in core also, and they do non-contact during the week, and then they do yeah, and then they do crash unit on Saturday nights. Yeah, you do that with Yoshwolf, Reb, see, what the hell's his name? Yeah, Crap Crew. Well, Crap and Torque and Core. Yeah. Well, like I joined Core for the car shows and but this is cool too because I mean you could use all they're using all stock cars. So you have a better chance of winning. Yeah, I don't know what it is, if it's people's internet or what, but some people just get so lucky and win every damn race. Yeah. Yeah, DJ and Gamerstig, D, yeah, DJ and Gamerstig, they're really good at that curb boosting stuff.
I'll curb boost, like, run over those rumbles. Like, do that if the game hasn't cut it out. You're supposed to do it. Like, take advantage of it. Like,
Every time I hit the curb boost, man, I swear to God, it puts me in a spin. Good job, Rev.
problem the rear end is jumping up out of the cars. So he's still spinning them tires.
Yeah.
Pushing the shit out almost.
Yeah, I pretty much do crash racing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'd like to do it every day of the week if I could, but I don't see enough crews doing it. I mean, when they do, it's on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. So,
There are, but
and then Bender, I don't know if you know Bender. He's from I don't know what crew he's from, but he is starting a Monday crash unit, 6 p.m.
it's amazing to think up until last March I didn't even have a PlayStation or the game. And then COVID hit, and then I lost my career,
Wow.
and now I'm a stay-at-home dad.
and and addicted to gaming.
Yeah, that and a few other things.
Yeah, I'm starting to relive my younger years. I mean, I went out and bought one of those 29-inch BMXs, and I bought a 29-inch mountain bike because that's the big thing now. Everybody's doing the BMX thing, but they're like all about doing wheelies. I need it for exercise.
I know. I admit that. Uh,
Well, that's stuff that I used to do when I was younger. When I was a kid, I used to skateboard. I used to ride my bike. I used to,
okay. I'll admit
skimboard,
when I
bodyboard.
was younger, I was 140 pounds.
Well, yeah,
I
that's.
mean,
I mean, right? Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean,
my fat ass is 230 now, and it hurts a lot more.
well, I'm at 320, but I'm also 7 foot. So
Fuck off.
yeah,
Holy shit.
but I put on probably about 30 pounds in the last year since this COVID stuff. I swear to God, I try to go out and ride my bike, and it's like I go for like 1 mile, and I'm huffing and puffing, and I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Whereas when I was a kid, I used to ride for like, 20 miles. It wasn't a big thing. Yeah, when I was in my best shape, I was 220 pounds, and I could run easy 10 miles a day probably. Yeah, I just hit 48. Well, you know what they're saying, 30 is the new 20, so you better start getting some exercise. And what? What's that? Yeah. What were you doing that you lost your career? What's up? Oh, for for like TV shows or what?
No, I put on myself I set up set up 5 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
Like regular routine.
Yeah, that since COVID, yeah, there's really none of that stuff going on at all. Is there still concerts going on or no?
No, I mean there are games here. If you have like concerts,
Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends, his wife works on the Warner Brothers lot, and I think she's out of work. And she was like, did accounting and stuff for them.
well, they work with Warner Brothers. They provide the shows.
Yeah.
Like every year, they always they get like 40 out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
that's
we
how it
want
is here
we
too.
want to have, yeah.
I mean, I'm in Arizona and everything's shut down.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, like, and I mean, we've been pretty much like this since March, like last March,
Yeah.
almost a year now. Like we had a little bit of freedom last summer, but like it was still nothing. You could go to the beach, and that was about it. And
Yep.
then they took that away from us.
Well, I'm
I mean,
surprised because these YouTubers are still out filming and stuff, and some of
well,
them
I
they're
mean,
not. Some of them are not even wearing masks and shit. And I'm like, how are you getting away with that
well,
shit?
well, that's the thing is because like I you see on a lot of the fucking news and shit like that, like half the people don't even believe it happened, and half
Yeah.
the people fucking like I mean
Well, I know
the
that.
rich and famous are getting vaccinated first, like it's all a fucking scheme. Like I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way that these YouTube people can be considered essential because they're not all entertaining.
Yeah. Well, it's like me. I do YouTube too, and all I do is record my racing, and no one really watches
Yeah,
it. So, it's for
yeah,
my
no,
it's for my own thing.
like I mean, I look at these twat nostrils like what is it the Paul kids, Logan and
Yeah.
another Paul, and I mean those kids have made millions,
I know.
fucking
It's crazy.
millions.
And then you got like Tom Green who has a show, and he literally only has like
Yeah.
57.
Oh, I love
He has
Tom.
he
He
has like
runs
fit.
around
He
with
has
his
like
dog.
Yeah, he has like 57,000 followers. That's it. And I'm like, he should have millions
Yeah.
and billions because he's an
Well,
actual.
I mean, well, I actually have his not, and that's amazing that you say that. I am a huge Tom Green fan.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like he's from 4 hours north of me, fellow Canadian guy. Love him. Like, I mean, I remember back in the '90s when he first started doing his shit,
Mm-hmm.
because like you'd hear about it on the news here, like some guy up in Ottawa fucked with the news television and like walked in while they were doing the weather and shit like that, and like started asking the guy dumb questions.
Yep.
Like it was fucking hilarious. Like I love Tom Green.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have very many followers though for being a star.
Uh, I can actually say I've seen Freddie got fingered probably over 100 times, easily.
See, my celebrities that I knew growing up is like uh, I went to school with Weeman from Jackass. He was like we
Oh,
went to
nice,
we went to middle
nice.
school together.
Jason Nakura.
Yeah, Jason Acuna. Yeah, we both went to Cashmere Middle School in uh,
Nice,
in Torrance, and then he ended up going to North High, and I ended up going to West Torrance.
nice, nice, nice.
And then we had a couple.
Yeah, he owns a taco joint now, doesn't he, or some shit?
Yeah,
Chronic
Product
Taco, I think it's
Tacos.
called.
Yeah, in Redondo Beach.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he actually I think he's married to a Canadian girl.
I'm pretty sure yes. I got to see meet him, Chris Pontius, Kristen Lacey, Aaron McGeehee, and Dave England in Toronto when they were doing a comedy tour thing. So I
Hmm.
got to meet them.
Well, the crazy part, like, is when I lived in California at the time, like, so right before I moved to Seattle, um, Jason lived in the apartment complex right next to mine. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm like, what have you been up to, man? Are you still working at AT Surf? He's like, no, man. He's like, I'm doing the MTV thing. And I'm like, MTV? I didn't really know anything that he was on Jackass because I didn't have MTV. So
yeah,
I was out of the
yeah,
loop, you know. And then I
yeah,
moved to Seattle and I get like I get MTV and I'm like, what the fuck? Jason's on MTV on Jackass. So I start calling my friends. They're like,
yeah.
yeah, he's been on there for like 6 years.
Himself in the forehead and shit.
Yeah. And I think they got one of their skits from me because like this one day,
Oh,
this one day I was walking home. It was late at night, and there was a car driving with all these people yelling at me as I'm walking. And I start taking off running, And so I'm running like super fast, like outrunning these guys in the car, and they're yelling at me. And then I get to the apartment, and I find out it's Jason and his buddies. So it was probably all those guys. So I was like, they probably took that and then decided to, get Jason to get chased by him and Preston to get chased by a bunch of midgets. So
Uh, love midgets.
yeah,
They're amazing. I've always wanted a midget friend.
I did have one on here for a while, and then I don't know what happened to him. He's like he's a small person bodybuilder, and I
The
think he's from like England or something like that. I can't remember. But so what it is like I'm in a tall person group on Facebook. Like there's tip
okay.
toppers in LA. There's tip toppers, but in Arizona there's it's called
Well, I guess 7 feet tall
yeah,
guys, maybe.
Arizona's one's called Tall Cats. Of Arizona, Tall Society, and
Yeah.
yeah, this guy started like send me messages and stuff. He's like, "You're really 7 foot tall." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm only 4 foot."
But
I think he said he's like 4 foot 6 or something. I'm like, 4 foot 6? Damn, you're small. And then I looked up how small 4 foot 6 is, and I'm like, damn, that's small. But I guess he's like,
that is definitely tiny person status
yeah.
right there.
Because I remember I took a picture. This girl wanted to take a picture with me, and I asked her one time. She told me she was 4 foot 10. I was like, she's really cute. Asian. I always liked Asian women, and so
I think my wife's Japanese.
yeah,
I'm right there with you, fam. I'm right there with you.
yeah.
Alright. There's
All,
billions of
all
them.
the ones I've dated though were like 5 foot 7, and I guess
Yeah,
that's
well,
pretty tall for
mine's 5'1".
yeah.
5'1".
And then there's another guy I talked to on PS3 that's from Canada. He's a military guy, and he's 7 foot 3. He's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm 6 foot. I'm not short, but I
Yeah.
don't think I'm really that tall. I'm six
Well, I
foot.
know. I don't think of myself as being tall, but then this one time I was in the mall, and you know how some of the stores have mirrors on them, and you see all these people
Yeah.
walking behind you. You're like, fuck, man, I am fucking tall.
And that's what I was even gonna say. Like, I walk around at 6 foot, and when you get in a crowd, I can see over most people, and I never thought like 6 foot was really that
Yeah.
fucking tall. If you're 7 foot, dude, you're fucking giant over me, man.
Yeah.
Like, like,
I'm like a head taller than most people.
oh yeah,
Head and a little bit of neck.
and I mean, I don't consider myself a big dude. Like 6 foot, 225. I think That's a normal dude size right there.
Yeah.
That's just a normal ass dude size.
Well, this is the thing. Like
Not tall.
when I was in fifth grade, I was 5 foot 9, and then by my eighth grade, I was 6 foot 3, and then I was like 6 foot 7 by my junior year, and then I hit 6 foot 10 my senior year, and then I kept on growing until I was 30,
Uh,
and then I stopped.
uh,
Now I'm
when
just
I graduated, I was maybe 5'7", 5'8".
yeah. But the stupid thing was I didn't take basketball seriously. I mean, I played basketball because I was forced to, because I was the
Well,
tallest guy in school.
you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like you're obligated almost.
But my grades weren't good enough to like go anywhere. My I didn't really start learning anything till my junior senior year of high school that I could actually concentrate. So I just never really pursued it anymore because I also injured my knee trying to learn how to skimboard. And then so like, oh well, your chances are screwed if you're not gonna get knee surgery.
Someone your size, what makes you go, yeah, skimboarding? That looks fun.
My friends,
Like, I mean, I get
all my friends did it, so I wanted to try it myself.
okay. Cause like when I was smaller, like yeah, sure, I'd do all the fucking. Once I got over 200 pounds, when I landed and I fell, I'm like, that hurts now. I'm done doing those things.
Well, I mean that's the thing.
But
Like even with riding the skateboard and stuff. Like I used to have rollerblades,
yeah,
skateboard. I used to do all that stuff. I was very outgoing, not very outgoing, but very oriented.
yeah,
But it's stuff that I enjoyed doing. And
yeah.
like the
No,
BMX thing, I was into the freestyle type, street freestyle type stuff. But then I just kept on growing taller and taller, and I was like, fuck, I can't do this shit anymore because I'm too tall for my bike, you know. And then, but another person like a couple BMX guys, professionals, they grew up around went to my school and stuff too, so that was kind of cool. And now these guys are in their 50s and they're getting back into it, and I'm like, really? I'm gonna go buy a BMX and try it too. But I'm realizing I can't do that.
Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk. Yeah, he's still
Right now,
skateboarding.
and he's still skateboarding.
Hmm.
Like he's still on a half pipe dropping 720s and
I
shit.
know it's crazy.
And I'm I respect that, but I'm also like Tony. I feel for you, man. Please,
Yeah.
please.
Well, it's crazy that they, like a lot of the legends, like Tommy Hossoy and Steve Guerrero, and Steve Caballero.
Yeah,
All those guys are still riding.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And they're well in their 50s.
Yep.
Well in their 50s. I just want to live to 50.
Shit,
I
I'm
don't want
almost 50,
anything
man.
special.
I want to live till 70, but I want to have some money when I retire. I have no money right now.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how to
I'm
save.
definitely not retiring.
Oh no, I have to work.
No,
I'm gonna have to work another 20 more years. So no matter what,
I'm never retiring.
unless I
Not
somehow hit the
not
lottery.
until I'm 45. 45, definitely.
Well, how old are your kids?
My daughter's gonna be 9 in April,
Oh yeah, so you have many years to work
so
still.
I'll give her till she's 18, and then I can say fuck the wife.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone. I've given you all the knowledge I can give you, dollar.
Then you're moving.
I've put
Then you're
you
gonna go.
on a fucking iceberg.
Then you're gonna move to the Philippines and marry a little 21-year-old.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna end it. I'm just gonna end it. I don't even know if the world's gonna be around then, so we'll see what happens after Corona vaccine zombie apocalypse, whoever
have you already
wins the vote.
have you already got your shot or no?
No, 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 no.
Did you even sign up for it?
Oh, I've signed up for it. We just in Canada we didn't get everyone, and they're doing old people and
Yeah.
frontline workers and essential people first.
Yeah.
They're starting now, but it's like I don't fucking go anywhere anyway. I don't know. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
If
I'm kind of.
like these things aren't going to be available in a year after people get them, like they're still going to happen. So
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm wondering. Like, there's there's a couple side effects that they've been talking about. Now Johnson Johnson's going to have one that's a double shot, so you don't have to go back and get
yeah,
a, you know.
most of them, the ones up here, because I think we got the what is it, Pfizer and
Yeah.
Moderna, and they're they're both two shot things because everyone's got to go back. I think it's 2 weeks later
Yeah.
after you get the first one and get the second dose. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, see, I take care of my mom right now. My mom's in her 70s and she has like dementia. And so I have to get her in. I have to get her registered. I haven't got her registered. I haven't registered myself. I'm just kind of like, isn't my doctor going to contact me? No.
Yeah,
But like my sister, she's been registered for months, and she said she hasn't got hers yet either. So,
I don't know. We'll see
and
how life
I
goes
guess there's
over the
also,
next couple years.
I guess there's also a shortage up there in northern California. That's what
Yeah.
she was
Well, I
saying.
mean, the whole thing is the wealthy and the elite, and I guess frontline workers get thrown in because obligated.
Yeah.
I will wait my turn.
I'm a poor white person right now. Yeah. Yeah, we got one guy in our crew, Dave Matthews, and he goes by Mave Matthews. He don't talk very much. He's he's very quiet. I don't know if it's him or not, but everybody says it's him. Shit, wrong controller.
Yeah, I'll hold off on the vaccine. I mean, two, I'm a middle-aged, perfectly healthy man. Like, I mean,
Well,
it's not prudent for me to get it yet. Like, you know what I mean?
well, the thing I worry about for me is I have COPD because I was a smoker for a long time,
Okay, well, yeah, 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 yeah.
and I kind of need to get it, but and also I'm doing like I just started doing what the hell's it called, Postmates. So I'm kind of not a frontline worker, but food delivery.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I mean, it's an essential service, especially with people not being able to leave your house. The
Yeah,
thing with that is like you're coming in contact with so many different things doing that. Like
I
you are
know.
high risk. Yeah, like that is a high fucking risk thing.
My dad's like, "Why don't you just go back to working at Costco?" I'm like, "Are you kidding? Half the damn crew at Costco has had COVID." Uh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It's
and my neighbor's a plumber, and everybody
yeah.
that worked for the plumbing company got it. Couple,
Well, you even with construction and shit like that. Like I have friends that work in warehouses. There's not even new projects being started. All people are allowed to do is finish old construction projects.
yep.
They they don't want to put any new workers in on shit. Like,
Well, plus they don't know what's going on with the future. Maybe the person that started the project or the investors maybe have died from COVID. Or maybe they're just thinking their options. What's more important to them? Do we want to
well,
invest
I
money
mean,
in this construction?
with all the people dying, there's a whole bunch of new realty coming up.
Yeah,
I made a joke when COVID first started because I'm like, because the whole thing was it was a lot more serious for like immunodeficiency and I guess what you would call elderly people,
yeah.
seniors.
Well, see, that's the thing
Uh,
too. Like, I also am vitamin D deficient. Yet I live in
yeah.
Arizona, which is like the most sunniest state of all,
Uh,
and I'm vitamin D deficient. And I'm like, how in the hell does that happen? But I don't take my shirt off, very often and get the full sun. You know.
well, the average age of a Corvette owner is 63 years old.
Yeah, my dad's a Corvette owner. He's in the
I, I,
60s.
I was hoping because of COVID, some might be going on sale really soon. It was really fucked up. I'm like, hey, can we get some cheap ones? Finally, I might be able to find that split window. I mean, I don't want a split window, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad just bought a 2009 or no, 2012 I guess it is. It's a yellow Corvette. Well, he says it's not yellow. He says it's gold, but it looks yellow to me. It's like an orangish yellow.
Sheesh.
It was like a special color for the Corvettes. And
I have
then,
a 20-year-old BMW.
oh, I got a 66 Ford F250. I don't want to hear about it. And the fucking thing doesn't run. It's a Ford.
Yeah.
I've always had mostly older shit. I had like a 64 Nova Super Sport, 72 Nova, and then
Uh,
a 85 Dodge Ram pickup, and my newest my my
those
newest
pickups
vehicle
were fucking gorgeous.
my newest vehicle was is a 2002 Chevy Blazer. I don't have anything newer than that.
Nice.
I mean, I drive a Matrix too, a 2009, but it's not mine.
Yeah.
It's mom's.
Oh, you fucking cunt whore fucker.
So what part of Canada are you up in? Are you in the west side or the central or
Toronto.
so that's above like what,
Yeah, I'm
Michigan?
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm pretty much right beside Buffalo.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to live in Seattle, so I used to drive up north to Canada,
Yeah, I lived
Stanley
down in
Park.
BC for a summer.
Yeah, it was
I
nice
love
up
it down
there.
in BC. Great weed, lots of good weed out there.
I don't know, man. I haven't smoked weed in so long, and they just legalized it here. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some. But shit, it's like for one joint, it's $7.
Yeah, but it is gonna be the best joint you probably ever smoked.
Well, that's true. I mean, when I smoked weed, it was called like skunk bud. You know, it came from Mexico, and it
Geez,
smelled like a skunk.
I've
And it made
been
and it.
smoking pretty steadily for about 25 years and just seeing like the 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 difference to what weed has been in my generation of smoking weed.
Oh yeah,
Like
all steeds and stems to now buds.
yeah, dude, I haven't seen a seed in my weed. If I got weed with the fucking seed in it, let's look at my dealer and fucking slap a hoe.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? 1987, nigga? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I asked a friend that buys weed all the time. I'm like, hey man, can you get me some seeds? He's like, no, dude, you got to go like on High Times magazine and order some.
Yeah, no, you gotta actually like order
And he says it's like
fresh.
30 bucks for 10 seeds. I'm like, really? 30 bucks for 10 seeds? Well, this is like the
Yeah,
grade
like
A
they're
shit.
guaranteed seed. Yeah, yeah, they're guaranteed seeds. They're from usually like a perfect stock. Like they're well known and well established places.
And then I was talking to this guy. He's like, yeah. He's like, I got my. He says like I got 6 plants growing, and I got a fish aquarium, and it recycles the water, and I got plants
Yeah.
growing in my aquarium, no fish. And then I
Well, in
use.
Canada now, because it's legalized, I can legally grow 4 plants in my house.
Yeah, here it's 6.
Yeah.
So I'm like, would one plant be enough for a season, for a year, or should I
No.
grow more than?
I mean, it all depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Smoking it, baking it, all depends on what the end yield ends out to be anyway.
Well, if I wanted to do like
Like,
wax,
well then you're like shatter and or something like that, concentrate.
yeah.
I mean, depending on the weed you get, on average, it can take anywhere from about 4 grams of flour to say 7, 8 grams of flour to make about 1 gram concentrate.
Oh well.
Yeah,
So I definitely need to grow 6.
yeah. I mean, it could be any. It all depends on what you have, depending on like whether you're gonna make shatter, a live rosin, a diamond concentrate, a terpene. I mean, there's so many different
Damn, I don't know any
ways
of
to
those
do it.
things.
Like live rosin is my favorite for shatter, and that you actually make at a hash instead of just pure flour.
Yeah.
So like, cause you got like 3 different types of shatter. One's just made out of pure leaf. One's made out of like a stock leaf mixture, and one's made out of just pure hash, which is already kind of devastating. Well, it's made out of bubble hash technically. So
Yeah, my biggest problem right now is I vape. You know, I was a cigarette smoker for so many years. In 2013, I
uh,
quit. I've been vaping
uh,
since, and I can't get away
uh,
from it.
yeah, I smoke menthols. I've never quit smoking cigarettes.
Well,
I've never.
they had really good menthol flavors for vape though. That you know.
I still can't do it. And actually, where I live, menthol cigarettes are illegal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I gotta get like some shoddy ass native reserve ones. I mean, I'm definitely getting some sort of fucked up throat cancer.
You know though, I actually liked the native. So like there was one called Natural Harvest. It's
Yeah.
like the generic of uh, it's like the generic of American Spirits. You know, it didn't have any
Okay.
additives in it. It was super good, and I think they had menthol. But shit, at that time when
Yeah.
I quit in 2013, I think I was still paying like $30 a carton from the reservation. And then
Oh my.
on top of that, they had to start getting taxed, and then it went to like $46 a carton. And then when I moved to Arizona, it's like $58 a carton, and now it's like $10 a pack. So,
God. For cigarettes here for a regular pack of kind of Belmont things, you pay about 17 to $18 a pack.
wow, crazy.
So
Yeah, when I went to visit Stanley Park and stuff, you know, I bought them at the what's it called, the kiosk, or I don't know, when you first come across the
yeah,
border,
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
customs or
Duty
whatever,
free,
duty free. Yeah,
duty free. Yeah, yeah,
I bought some players. I think it was players 555 or something
yeah.
like that, and some Dunhill, and I think I paid $20 a carton. I was so fucking happy. And then, and then I was like, Mom, can you buy some? Because, you know, I'm only allowed to bring two, I'm only allowed to have two cartons. And she's like, sure. And she's like totally against
Yeah.
smoking, but she's like, yeah, I
Okay.
guess. I'm like, you'll save me
Yeah.
money.
Exactly. Exactly. At least I'm gonna get cancer cheaply now.
Yeah.
We'll save. We're saving money. See.
Yeah, but at that
You
time,
know, we
you know,
the
at that
saving
time,
money thing with mom.
when I smoked, I also dipped like 2 cans a day of chew, and I was also doing
Yeah.
like the nicotine, um, sometimes the nicotine pouches.
Yeah. No, I just
I was
just
bad.
pure menthols for me. That's it. I'm just normal ass smoker.
Like every day before work, I'd buy two Whoppers, you know, Burger King Whoppers,
Dude.
and then I'd buy like two Monsters, and then I'd buy 2 packs of cigarettes, and would literally go through 2 packs of cigarettes a day at work. And I worked at the airport.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that before. Except the morning, instead of getting the Whoppers, it's a gram of cocaine, a monster, and then a couple packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was so addicted, and I didn't like. God, man, now it's like I smell a cigarette, it makes me want to vomit. It's just so gross.
Yeah. I got a bunch of friends that are trying to quit. Everyone on this new quitting craze. I like smoking cigarettes. I know they're bad for me. I don't give a shit anymore.
Well, with the
if
like with the
if I
vaping,
want to quit, then I'll quit. But
like the thing with vaping when I started, like I bought those little handheld ones, like the little pen style.
yeah,
So I had 2 pens that were like 1200 or 1100 mAh batteries, and I literally was I had one filled up with 6 milligram nicotine, and the other one with 12 milligram. And I didn't buy like
yeah,
tobacco flavored because I tried the tobacco flavor ones. They just don't taste that good unless you get like
yeah,
the newer stuff nowadays. It tastes like real
yeah.
tobacco, um, but it's made from tobacco. So, um, but yeah, I was doing like pineapple and raspberry and shit, man. After doing that for like a couple of weeks, I didn't want to touch a cigarette.
Yeah, no. I've tried. Friends have tried. I just can't do it. Because the second I know if I'm out and my battery dies, I'm going and buying a pack of fucking cigarettes.
Well, yeah, I always no. Let me tell you though. For the first month, I carried my cigarettes with me like every
Yeah,
day, and
yeah,
and I just wouldn't have one because I had my batteries, and my batteries were always being charged. I mean, I always had something on the charger.
yeah. I smoke way too much weed and I forget. So yeah.
Yeah, right now I have like the CBD oil that you add to your vape, but it tastes like shit. It's all natural
but
CBD.
that
It's
but that shit's really
Yeah, I should have bought the roll-on shit though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 1,000 milligrams, and some people say, "Oh, well, I feel high from it." I'm like, "You feel high from
You
CBD?"
can't. It's physically impossible. It does not make. There is no psychoactive ingredient. It is all a placebo effect.
Yeah,
Anybody that says they get high off of CBD is a fucking retard.
yeah,
Sorry. I've been dealing with marijuana for the better half of 30 years. I have friends that own places. I've grown myself. There is no physical way. Like, that's just how the compound works. Like, it's scientifically proven. That's why they have strands called like Charlotte's Web and
hmm
stuff, which were specifically invented for a 4-year-old girl that was having up to 30 seizures a day.
yeah,
They invented a strand because they did find that CBD was helping, but before this plant, you could only get CBD with some THC. So people would be like, "Yeah, but then you're getting the kid high too," and it's like, the kid's having 40 fucking seizures a day. Maybe getting it a little high might be a jump start in its life. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like if that. So then they ended up being like, "Well, we can grow weed that doesn't have any THC content, only CBD." So now you can give it to kids and they're not getting high at all.
yeah,
Our body, our skin cells have CBD receptors in them. Our body is supposed to intake CBDs in some way, form, or another. It isn't a foreign fucking substance to us. But yet you think all these doctors and everything fucking prescribe all of these fucking oxycontins and Percocets and all this
So
fucking
what
beautiful
what do you
shit.
recommend for like I'm looking for a weed that makes me laugh, gives me you know I guess I should say I should start doing shrooms, but I'm looking for like a relax.
LSD works too.
Yeah. See, I never done any of that shit because I think I'd freak out. But
The shrooms would be a little bit easier, yeah. LSD probably some next level, but shrooms, just as long as you're in a good state of mind, you're in an area you know, 9 times out of 10, you're pretty good.
so like what kind of weed are they giving people for depression? Stevia or not stevia?
Well, there's indica or salvia,
Yeah,
or not salvia, sativa. Sorry,
sativa. Yeah,
salvia is a completely different thing. That
yeah.
stay away from that one. Um, that one's legal and it'll fuck your head up. Um, but so indica will be heavier high, like they call it indica couch. That's what you would usually smoke probably before going to bed to help you sleep and knock you out. Sativas are something for more during the day. They don't give you
They don't
those
make you
heavier
tired.
heavier feeling. Yeah, they don't really make you tired. You can smoke it in the middle of the day and it doesn't make you like kind of thing. Um, there's a lot of different hybrids on the market now. Like it's insane. So you can find a perfect mixture of half and half, sometimes you like just being a little bit groggy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So it's coming to the point now where it's like regular prescriptions. Like you got to find the right dose. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But the difference where instead of trying out 30 different prescription drugs, it's a whole lot easier on your body to try out 30 different types of weed.
Well, I'm trying to find something that's good for anxiety because I have like major anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Right now I'm taking prescription
prob
medication.
prob probably more of a sativa
hmm
than some because anxiety, you don't want to be like just sitting there and unable to get up with anxiety because then you're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so sativa is something where you can be in the day and you can be like, wait, I can't do it. Boom, anxiety gone. Like, Uh, yeah, so I got some shit right now called woolly mammoth. That stuff's hairy and purple. This stuff is just cookies. Sounds appealing. I like that.
Hmm.
Always like to hear gas in my cigarette. Um,
Yeah, so like the medical marijuana I tried about 9 years ago for the first time, like in 20 years probably, was
yeah.
Granddaddy Perp. And when I smoked it,
Ooh,
I took two big hits on it, like I was smoking a cigarette because I was a cigarette smoker at the time. I took two big drags of it,
maybe not a
and
bad move.
yeah, and then
Greened out.
I coughed for about a couple minutes. It seemed like forever actually, and then I started laughing. I was having a good time, and I decided to walk outside. This is early morning to have a cigarette. And when I went outside, I was looking at the sun coming up, and I was literally seeing like trails of colors,
Yeah.
like hallucinate. From what they say, hallucinating.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, I mean, THC itself is a very mild hallucinogen.
and
Like,
and then I puked my brains out. Oh wait, no,
well,
no.
then you greened out because you had a cigarette right after too, so you probably greened out.
Yeah. And then I said, man, I don't feel so good. I'm going to take a nap. And I passed out for 12 hours straight. And then I woke up the next day. I'm like, fuck, I'm never smoking that shit again.
Yeah, you probably ended up greening out. Most people that smoke cigarettes and then do that, usually it's called the spins. You close your eyes, you feel like you're on a roller
Oh
coaster.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's greening out.
I was thinking I got something that was laced or something with something
No,
different.
it's just green. It's literally the worst thing that could happen to you from smoking weed. All it does is make you feel really weird and pass out for 12 hours. That's it.
And then so like
Could have eaten some Doritos. You would have been fine.
yeah, the stupid thing was I had like two donuts and a fucking shake right before I smoked it too. So I was like thinking maybe it's
Uh,
something to sugar. Maybe
no,
I had a
no. It's just greening out.
yeah, it was,
It's just greening out. I have a friend that's works as a ER, works in an ambulance and shit like that. And he told me as I guess the operators there before they would get calls all the time when the weed first got kind of legalized, sort of thing, and new people smoking it would like call because they thought they got too high and shit like that,
yeah,
and
kind of like the cop,
they,
the cop that
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah, that him and his wife so
yeah,
fucked.
I think I'm dying.
so, so fucking great, so fucking
I
great.
stole this weed from
Uh,
off this person, and
yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
dying. Well, what's wrong?
So,
I'm
so,
super
so,
high.
yeah. So now like they're like, yeah, if we get calls like that and we find out like they've just been smoking we literally tell them there's like, listen, honey, you're gonna be fine. Go get a bag of Doritos, maybe some 7 Up, a Jim Carrey movie if you feel up to it. You'll be good in the morning. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we are not sending an ambulance out because you think you're dying because of weed.
yeah.
Because there's a probably less than a 1% chance that you will be dying from weed or laced weed, whatever.
If
Like,
you're allergic, maybe.
we're yeah, yeah, and most people would know by that. Like,
Well,
there's
see,
more issues with this so-called synthetic weed
oh
that
yeah,
they made. Like, oh god,
spice.
like, uh,
I got some friends that are
dude,
hooked on that shit. It's so stupid.
yeah. Oh, dude. Well, and it's fucking stupid for fucking recovery. I don't know why you can't smoke weed in recovery.
Yeah,
Fuck you. It's a trigger for some people. Well, then some people need to go smoke some more fucking crack and kill themselves. Like,
yeah.
like,
I
like,
don't understand why
like,
people do those hard drugs and like right now there's a bunch of like right now people I hear are hooked on I guess these blue pills which are supposed to be fake Percocets that
yeah,
are made with fentanyl, and
Correct.
they're such high doses that people are killing themselves. They're taking too
Yep.
much,
Yep.
and it's crazy
Because
because
they don't know what they're putting into their system.
yeah,
B, they're putting way too much of it, and C, that pharmaceutical shit is so fucking dangerous. Like, I trust street drugs more than pharmaceutical drugs any day of the week. Any
yeah,
day of the week. Like, cocaine was safe until they started putting fentanyl in. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
The street drug was good until the pharmaceutical shit started getting put in it.
yeah. I don't know anyone personally that's died from it, but I know a lot of people that have had friends that died from it. And I'm like, you
Yeah,
know,
I've had a
I
few
mean, like,
friends.
I'm kind of like, well, why are they doing that stupid shit? Well, they have a drug addiction. That's why. Oh, okay. Well, why would
Yeah,
you do something you're not familiar with?
sometimes, and I've seen it. Like, I mean, from experience myself with my own addictions and
Yeah,
my
I
own
mean,
demons, I can see how some people can get lost in it very very quickly, especially if it's a form of escape or
yeah,
release or just something to take them away from where they feel they are mentally at that time and point. They'll do anything for it.
yeah,
Anything, 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 no matter what it takes. Like you look at the crack epidemic back in the fucking 80s and shit like that. Like literally, motherfuckers giving away their babies and shit.
yep.
Like,
Oh yeah,
like
I heard
you,
people selling their cars for like $20 to get high.
yeah, oh yeah,
I do have one. Actually, I do have one friend who like sold his shit for to fucking get drugs. He sold his.
uh,
He had a detailing business, and he sold the his Jeep and his trailer for money just to get high.
oh yeah,
And it wasn't a big amount either. It was only like maybe 100 or $200, but I guess he must have owed the guy some money. That's why he
yeah,
took him
yeah.
for everything he had.
Dude,
Lost his
there's
wife and
people that
everything.
will everything will go to that addiction. Everything. I have seen it take literally people's souls right out from in front of me in my
I mean, I
eyes.
can't say I'm perfect because when I was a cigarette smoker, man, I used to bum change off my friends all the time. I'm like, dude, I just need $1 more. Come on,
Oh,
can I take your change? And they're like, oh
uh,
man, okay, go
I
ahead.
can't say anything. I've been battling and still do battle my demons to this very fucking day.
Yeah, but
Like,
like cigarette addiction to me was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to overcome.
oh
Like
yeah,
drink,
dude,
like
that's the thing.
drinking. I used to drink like a fish when I lived in Seattle. There's nothing to do
Uh,
out there except for drink when it's raining. So during the summertime, I was always out, always fishing, and you drink when you fish because it takes away your boredom. You know.
I will always be smoking weed and cigarettes. I've already made up my mind until it comes to that day where like I'm sitting there in the ventilator and the doctor's like, "Well, you gotta give up one of them," and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you, asshole." Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you, I was dating a girl when I was in Seattle who was addicted to, well, she was a cigarette smoker, she was an alcoholic, and she smoked weed. And so she told me I had to give up smoking cigarettes. And I was like, if I have to give up smoking cigarettes, you need to quit smoking weed and quit. It's funny because she was like, she was high all the time and she worked for group health and, she was like a manager for them. And she's like, oh, I was like, don't they drug test you there? She's like, no, they don't. I'm like, really? She's like, half the doctors do fucking cocaine. Why would they test me for marijuana? I was like,
yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Well, cocaine. Where most
Yeah,
people are on fucking oxys to Xanax to fucking Percocet to Valium to.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Like fuck.
yeah. I was surprised that so many of the doctors were getting high.
Oh yeah, dude. They have to. They have to.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta stay up somehow. Like, you go over to places like China and shit like that. Fucking doing things like crystal meth is a daily thing because you want to know what? They have to work 18-hour shifts there.
Yeah.
That's just what they do to get fucking paid even more. And if they don't do it, there's gonna be someone that will. So they have to fucking do that shit.
What I can't believe is
Like,
so crazy is like Japan has like the second world's, or they have the first highest suicide rate in the whole out of the whole world.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Japan. I guess it's because they have,
yeah.
they work so many hours and high
Yep.
stress jobs and
Yep. Well, and the whole thing is what you appear to be is your character out there. Like, if you're successful, you're successful. If you're a businessman, you're a businessman. Titles are very important to
yeah,
them. And if you have fucking nothing and your life doesn't go anywhere, you have nothing to live for.
yeah,
It's just more honor. The way that the military did it. It's called seppuku. It's the honorable art of killing yourself.
yeah. They go to like the forest and
If you
shit.
Yeah, well, that's not this is more like a military one because you gotta. So you'll have probably a wakizashi or a tonto or something like that,
Burial.
and it's yeah, yeah, yeah. That's an actual kind of like ceremony. It's killing yourself in honor of it's an Asian thing. I'm
Yeah.
part Japanese and I still don't fucking understand it.
Is she like Japanese, like straight from Japan, or is she American?
No,
I mean,
she's second gen Canadian.
yeah,
Her mother speaks Japanese, and like her grandpa's like 118 now, so
that's crazy.
he's 103 actually.
Yeah, well, they say that green tea works wonders.
Dude, I swear to God, it has to do with the tea and rice. I don't know what it is, but there's something in rice that they have not discovered yet.
I must be buying the wrong
There is
rice.
something. There's gotta be. I think that's the conspiracy right there.
Yeah, I guess I'm buying the wrong white rice.
Well, you gotta buy sticky rice. You gotta buy Japanese rice.
Oh, I do.
Like not that Uncle Ben's fucking box shit. Oh no, no, no,
No,
no.
no, I buy the big
Oh
bags.
hell no. Yeah,
I go to
no,
the
not Uncle Ben.
I go to the Asian market and get it.
Uh,
The one I miss,
I
the one I
fucking
miss is
trust
the.
something Asian from a white dude named Uncle Ben.
I
Nigga, you couldn't even say Peter Parker.
don't think Uncle
You,
Ben
you,
was white. I think he was black, wasn't he? Uncle Ben.
I'm pretty sure he was kind of brownish, probably. I think. I don't know. Didn't they take him off the boxes too, along with Aunt Jemima and everything like that? I can't fucking remember.
I'm not sure.
I can't fucking remember
I
anymore.
never bought Uncle Ben's rice, but I bought Aunt Jemima syrup. I love that shit.
Uh, well,
Well, see you next time.